Hey guys, it's me, Phoenix. We are going to do a general read to see where your energy is. Please do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. Remember, red hearts if you made it through, purple hearts if it resonates, green hearts if you're working on it, yellow hearts if you just. Did I say yellow hearts in the beginning? Let me say this again because I can't even remember. Red hearts if you're working on it, purple hearts if it resonates, and green hearts if you're working on it, yellow hearts if you just rock with me and got my back, meaning have my six, because I have your back, so have mine. Do me a favor. I put a lot of effort and energy into making those shorts, even though it may not seem like it. I do. So go out and watch my shorts. All the likes that you guys give to my channel helps to get my channel out there. The views, the commercials, those things support me, whether you like it or not. You know, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. So there you have it. Please do me a favor and support me. The way this read is going to go, we're going to pick a topic which just came out. In danger to themselves, put in harm's way. So I don't know what that means, but we're gonna pull some more cards and we're gonna discuss the topics. We're gonna discuss the journey when it comes to this situation, the lessons, understanding the lessons, and also the journey. And then at the end of the read, we're gonna pull from the crystal deck to focus on a chakra and a crystal that we need to probably think about and understand what it means. And then at the end of the read, we'll release all the negative energy with an affirmation. So again, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when I post a new video. I say that because respectfully, it's going to become a time where I'm not in the back in the chat with you guys. And I need you guys to be there to support me. So to watch the videos, to watch them, to like them, to understand and get the lesson out of it. Even if it doesn't pertain to you, or if it may not be, the title may not be something that resonates with you. Just support me. That's all I ask. There you go. So yeah, we have in danger to themselves, put in harm's way. So maybe this is somebody that you are dealing with, an energy that you might be dealing with for yourself. Poetic justice. It was poetic justice. Retribution is here at the bottom of the deck. So there's some type of retribution when it comes to somebody, a liar, a fabricator, and a storyteller. So that makes sense. You could be dealing with somebody that's a liar, that's a fabricator and a storyteller, that's danger to themselves, or in danger to themselves. I don't know if that's a word. Hold on. I'm just saying, I don't know everything, but I don't know what the meaning of it is. So, of course, when I don't know, I Google. There you have it. In danger. I'm looking, because when you say a danger to themselves, I'm familiar with that phrase, but not when it comes to in danger. It is put someone or something at risk or in danger. He was driven in a manner likely to endanger. Oh, in danger. I know it now. Okay, sorry. I'm going to say a danger, but it is in danger. Okay, so divine masculine, the yin to their yang, the yang to their yin, controlling the toxic key to your mind. Controlling the toxic key to your mind. So hold on one second. My mom is calling. All right, sorry, that was my mom. So anyway, endanger to themselves, puts in harm way. Divine masculine, the yang to their yin. It says controlling the toxic key to your mind, and then it says poetic justice. That's the bottom of the deck, is the poetic justice. So the poetic justice is retribution, and so I feel like this card should go here because this divine masculine, or somebody with heavy masculine chart, a heavy masculine energy in their chart. And I say that because I pulled my chart, and I and just learning my chart, and you should learn yours and understand where everything that your being is being drawn to when it comes to everything that goes in your chart. So mine is, and I wanted to say this to you guys if I can find it, which I'm not going to be able to now that I'm talking to you guys. Oh, I have 6 masculine energies in my chart. I have 4 feminine, 3 cardinals, 4 fixed, 3 mutable, 2 fires, 2 earths, 4 airs, and water. When I say that I'm all over the place and that I understand when it comes to certain energies and emotions and things like that, because I'm very stern with my masculine energy, right? But the way that I love is on the feminine side, the nurturing side. But when it comes to put those together, I will be in the Queen of Swords energy and stand up for myself. So a liar, a fabricator, a storyteller. and avoidance, disassociation. So this energy that you've been dealing with, when it comes to them putting themselves in harm's way because they don't realize how toxic they are, controlling they are, and how toxic they are to a person when it comes to how they do things. And so it is an endangerment to themselves because we don't realize how toxic we are to a person, place, thing, or situation. Um, sorry, I was trying to change. Hold on one second. Okay, so hopefully you can hear that. But we don't realize how toxic we are to a person, place, thing, or situation. I think it sounds muffled because I have my noise canceling button on. And when I have the noise canceling button on, it takes away everything, but it also echoes when it's not in there. So hopefully you can hear me and I won't seem like I'm screaming. Um, yeah, it won't seem like I'm screaming to you when when I get excited, because I'm excited all the time, respectfully. So right. And so the avoiding thing is how they deal with their the avoiding is how they deal, and how you could deal, because I know I do it a lot and I'm learning the difference. And when I start to avoid things, that's me keep being stagnant because I don't want to deal with something that could be controlling or toxic. The toxic key to your mind. This is where you have to realize why certain things affect you the way that they do, if that makes sense. And so with that being said, you have to be able to have retribution, or understand that it's poetic justice when it comes to how you associate with your energies. Does that make sense? Hold on one second. So when it comes to the retribution, it feels like you're punishing, or this person is punishing you based upon their toxic ways, and they fabricate and lie about the way that they do things, and their avoidance is the way that they seek retribution when it comes to the poetic justice. And that's why at some point we can all become a danger to ourselves, because either we're dealing with codependent energies of why somebody is the way that they are, and why it takes for us to be the yang to our yin, or the yin to our yang, and understand why we have these qualities and why we deal with people with these qualities, if that makes sense. And so, or are they qualities, why we deal with people that retribution. And let me give you the definition for retribution, because just in case you don't know, respectfully, not saying that I want to know, and I want to say it to you the right way so that we can understand why we endanger, right? We learned that at the beginning, why we endanger ourselves behind somebody else and their toxic ways. And that's the codependent energies, and the way we disassociate, or way they disassociate their love for us when it comes to feelings and emotions. Does that make sense? So retribution says, it says punishment inflicted on someone as vengeance for a wrong, or criminal act. And then it says, it gives an example. Employees asked not to be named, saying they feared retribution, like somebody would, like retaliation, So just in case you didn't know that, that's why. Healing, somebody needs to heal, and they're not doing that. They're not healing their inner child wounds, and they're not reflecting on it. And so the projections are them to avoid it instead of trying to get through it and deal with emotions. And that's the controlling and toxic ways of this person, and how they lie and fabricate things. The confusion is there. Yeah, they look at it through a rose colored glass. Is that how they say it? They look at it and they see things the way that they want it to be. That's the way that they seek retribution, and they lie about their feelings, or they don't necessarily, they might not lie. Here, coming out needing clarity, they're not grateful for the past. They don't know how to change the way the past makes them feel, so they rather avoid it than to deal with it. And then they put the retribution when it comes to how they treat others. They put that on the people that really love them. They, they say hurt people, or the person that's closest to you is the one who gets the wrath of the pain that you experience. And that's when it becomes an endanger to themselves, because see, when they start to finally reflect, they've lost a lot of people, and they lie to themselves on why they lost it. They blame it on others. They blame, the action that others take in regards to dealing with their way of life, and them putting themselves in harm's way, or the toxic energy that they come out and tell, or the lies that they tell lies on you to make you feel like you're the person that's wrong. Narcissistic energy is what it sounds like to me. But and the crisis is that they avoid it, stresses them out. But a reunion happens after they want a reunion to happen after they go through a dark night of the soul, the unknown. So then they want to come back. I'll pull one more card, and then we'll focus on another type of energy. But yeah, the card that comes out is masculine again twice. This is the energy. So somebody with heavy masculine heavy masculine energy in their chart. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, earth energy that's there, and then we have an apology and forgiveness. So when they realize and they reflect and you remove your energies, they remember, or they understand the disharmony, the triggers, and the conflict that they cause. Now, this doesn't happen all the time, but remember, a person is not going to change when you want them to. They're going to change when they want to, or with assistance of the universe. Again, ancestors guide. But until then, there will be third parties. There will be all kind of situations to avoid dealing with the past pains, until the universe says, you know what? Aren't you tired of losing people that love you, and tired of dealing with, or people saying that it's you, and go from there? Does that make sense? And so, aren't you tired of avoiding things when it comes to person, places, and situations, and again, cursing themselves? Bad decisions, yeah. See, cursing themselves is bad decisions. So the universe is going to say, aren't you tired of going through this? Aren't you tired of going through retribution with everyone? Aren't you tired of not having your wishes and your dreams and your fulfillments come true? When it comes to how you do things, and how you feel when it comes about talking about the past or your childhood wounds. Aren't you tired of that? And the universe says, well, I'm tired of helping you and trying to send people your way. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you an analogy of how I feel. But I'm tired of sending people your way because you neglect the situations when it comes to these people, and how toxic your mind is, and why you have to fabricate and lie about and avoid people based upon how you felt as a child, or how things, how you never healed from wounds that you've been through, and now once they go through this dark night of the soul, then they'll be ready for a reunion. And then they get to the point to where they are grateful for the experiences, for the present moment, and not, living in fear of the past, and why they don't want to address certain situations, if that makes sense. And then so now their wishes and their fulfillment start to come to fruition. And guess who their wish is and their fulfillment is with you. But this is when you get to a point of you realizing all of this stuff, and then you finally get to the point to where you feel okay with being away from them, and then they turn around and they pop up, they appear. Does that make sense? Let me pull from this deck. Is, like I said, it's the soulmate. I always use this deck. It's the soulmate, twin flame, or karmic situations. And always remember, there's karmic people and karmic situations. And so with that being said, you have to understand that, you can't change a person for who they are. They have to get to the point to where they do change. And sometimes people are comfortable with you accepting them for the bullshit that they bring to you, and they don't have to wear a guard up when they're around you, and that makes them feel comfortable. And the only type of uncomfortable feeling that they get is when you decide to remove your energy from them and start focusing on you controlling your yin and yang, or you controlling the way that you see things, or you get what I'm saying, or your illusions when it comes to this person. But that comes with you taking a leap and going after opportunities for yourself, and feeling free, and being free, and living in the present. That's something that always has to happen as growth. It always happens with growth. So again, this is from the twin flame, soulmate, or karmic partner situation. And so I just need you to understand that, this is who this person is. It says awaken fears. Yeah, you awaken their fears when you decide to reflect and walk away, and to get out of the confusion of why this person is the way that they are. They start to face their fears. fears and understand that this masculine energy, this tough guy energy or whatever, and wearing the mask of and lying and fabricating things, it awakens their fear when you decide to get out of the illusion that they give you and reflect and move forward and take a leap. And then they give them no choice but to take action in regards to having a new beginning, either with you or with themselves. And that's where the apology and the forgiveness may come. Again, apology and forgiveness does not look like what we read in the books. I apologize for it. No, it doesn't look like that to a person who's broken and to a person who causes conflict and trigger and disharmony in your energy or in a energy. It doesn't look like that. It comes with a I'm coming by at all the times because I can come by and at any time, and in the Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, because I'm the boss, or I'm the person who I'm the person who is the end all be all for you, right? So-called love. Again, this is the connection is so intense. It almost feels real. You cling to their good qualities to avoid seeing the negative. Exactly. Is it love or love you feel or addiction? So that is when you realize this energy. Does that make sense? That's when you start to realize that you got to figure out if this is love or an addiction. And then it says awaken fear. So this is the bottom of the deck. So that's when you realize if this is so-called love or not. And then it says the gift. Listen, expect a gift or a romantic date, night invitations. Your time has come to enjoy a beautiful union filled with love and romantic gestures. So again, they're going to come back around, but you got to be able to read between the lines, and you have to distinguish if this is what you want, if this is not what you want. Is it too soon? Have they healed? What is it that they've changed? These are the things that you have to ask yourself, the reflection that you have to have when it comes to knowing who this person is, and how they operate, and that they still may feel it still may be triggering to you, even though you want this. But the retribution, when they come back, retribution, right? Again, read it. It says punishment inflicted on someone or vengeance for a wrong or criminal act. So in the past, the retribution or the poetic justice that they had with you was to blame you for your energy or the way that you loved, right? The way that you did things, the way that you expect, and it became a danger to them. And so the awakened fear says your worst fears are being awakened, such as rejection. So again, their worst fears are being rejected. Again, the controlling energy, they can't, if you reject them, they can't be themselves with you anymore. They can't give you that bullshit, not be themselves. They can't lie and control you anymore. Does that make sense? Turn the key to you to flicker back and forth, off and on, about how they feel. And so when they start to reflect or feel rejection, then they try to change or how they do things. But it's only up to you if you're going to accept what it is that they bring back around, because it's going to be a gift. It might be apology or asking for forgiveness, but it might not be in the way that you expect it. Does that make sense? And so then it says let me read it over. Let me start over, shall I say. Your worst fears are being awakened, such as rejection, abandonment, loss, or commitment issues, and bringing out all the skeletons hiding in your closet. So again, that is what they have to focus on. That's what happens when you're focusing on energies that you have given to somebody. That is why I hate to say it, but that's what karma is. What you put out, you get back. And sometimes when you're dealing with a broken person, you don't get back what you put out. You get it from other energies around you, or people that come into your life. And then you learn to distinguish between what it looks like to be broken and what it looks like to feel some kind of way. Does that make sense? And so that's just kind of how I see this energy when it comes to this person. So I will pull I'll pull from the love situations. Although we know what the situation is and the type of person, maybe something or a new message will come out with dealing with this person. But I just feel like that is why we get to a point to where we feel the need to try to pinpoint where they are in their healing journey, or if they're even healing, or try to ignore red flags, or even, okay, so 2 cards come out. I didn't see that first one. Yeah, we decide to work on ourselves. Yeah, focused on work, working hard and long hours, love at work. And then so that I think that's where we put our energy into working, and they do too, because they try to use their finances in order to pull to feel better about themselves, but they're empty inside. The bottom of the deck is love activation. Yeah, awakening, heart space opening, twin flame ascension. And so that's where they realize that this is not just a thing called love. It's not just lust. It's more than that. But to you, you have probably picked apart this situation time and time and again because you have been an anchor, right? You have been an anchor for this person, because these are the ones that fell down. You have been the anchor, you have been the unicorn with this person, and you have been the mermaid, swimming through and fighting through, the tides in order to try to get to this person, or try to get this person to understand who you are. Does that make sense? And so, but there was always all type of gossips about you, worried others will talk, heard rumors about you. And so again, this type of energy, this type of person likes that energy of listening to everyone instead of listening to themselves, worried about how somebody feels about them, and then they work more hours and do things like that. And so are you're working on yourself, they're working on the money aspect. They don't really care about what you want, and that's how they control people, by looking good on the outside and keeping up with the outside appearance, but not working on the inside appearance. And they control by fabricating and telling stories, and also triggering other people, and it really becomes an endanger to themselves, and they put themselves in harm's way, or not necessarily harm's way, but the way they do retribution, or the way they feel like, okay, well, you moved on, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. It hurts them. Drika, Kevin Gates' wife, and I say it by first name because I feel like I know her. Kevin Gates' wife says he's not hurting me, he's hurting himself. Always remember that. When somebody puts energy out in the world, they only turn it back. They're hurting themselves. What you put out comes back to you. And sometimes you put energy out because you don't know how to deal with it, or you feel like that's the easiest way to get to get attention or things like that. When if you learn how to transmute your energy, that energy that comes back towards you, if it's negative, you just push it back out there and say, you know what, no, I send strength and healing to this person, period. In hopes that they get it together and understand what they're really doing. They're hurting themselves. And that's what Drika said about Kevin Gates. When they were asking him, was he stepping, how did she feel about him stepping out? She said, he didn't hurt me, he hurt himself. What you do is not a reflection of me, it's a reflection of you. And so that is why you have to understand where to transmute that energy, and to understand this hurt that this person is going through. You can only say so many times on how they're going to actually deal with the hurt. You can only say that so many times to them until you say enough is enough. I got to move forward. Does that make sense? Now, 22 minutes into this, I'm going to go ahead and pull tarot, but addiction is here. And again, it says bad habits, addiction to sex, drinking, and destructive behaviors. Again, they're only hurting themselves. The control factors, looking at things through a red eye lens, or whatever they say, a rose colored lens, is only hurting themselves, especially when they think that this is, everything for them, and then they turn around and they end up empty, with their retribution on how they do things, because they see what's fake and what's not when it comes to dealing with certain people. Does that make sense? A card that flew out is 10 of Cups. Yeah. When it comes to their love, the 8 of Swords, they have to start overthinking this. The joy, the peace, the family, the contentment, and the confusion and the powerlessness. So when you reject them, you take away their power. You take away their power, and when you remove your energy, you really take it away, because again, they use your energy to make them feel better, because they soak all your positive energy up, and they give you all their negative energy. And that's how you have to understand how energy is transformed. You have to be able to take that energy. I'll just show you the moon energy, the unknown. You have to be able to take the energy that they're giving towards you, or that they're giving you, hangman. It makes you feel like you're in hangman energy, and let go of it, and transmute it. And, sometimes it comes with sacrifice and being suspended in air, but you have to take that energy. And of the Emperor, more looking good on the outside, the stability, order, power, and protection, you have to take that energy and do something with it. You have to transmute it into something positive and work on yourself. Nine of Cups energy, wish fulfilled. Again, it comes out right here. Wish fulfilled and life is good. You have to transmute that energy to understand that you're grateful for the present moment and life is good at this point. The sun energy, that's growth, enlightenment, success, and happiness. That's growth on your part when it comes to Ace of Cups energy. Now, either you'll find a true love, the romance of a lifetime, or you'll learn to love yourself. And that's what every man teaches you. No man is your enemy. No man is your friend. Every man is your teacher, whether male or female. They're your teacher. And so this is about you learning self-love. And so remember, this person is teaching you self-love. This person is teaching you to go back in and to check on those wounds that you kept putting bandages over, and to really just deal with them, and to really see how shallow people will hurt people, and their retribution of them is like, I don't get mad, I get even, because you decided to take a leap of faith and to work on yourself. And so they endanger themselves by being so negative and everything until again you reject them. I told you the Beyonce song keeps coming out. The first time I say no, I say yes to you dating you. Something, yes, we can be together. But first time I say no, it's like I never say yes. Like that energy, like they don't like the rejection. And so you do it once, boom, they blow up. You do it twice, boom, they blow up. You do it a third time and you block it and say, you know what, I have to do what's best for me. In my space, you set boundaries, and then you turn around and you remove all the negative energy that they give you in order for you to be prosperous. I cannot say it. Prosperous, there it is, and have a foundation full of trust and love. And that is where they are. Hold on one second. Okay, my mom came, so I had to give it a pause for a minute. So yeah, I just feel like asking the universe for assistance and actually having a dark night of the soul, and exploring that shadow side of feeling lonely and vulnerable is where this person is, if that makes sense. And the star energy says, no matter the situation you find yourself in, there is always hope. Have faith, be optimistic, focus on self-care. This is wishing, believing, trusting, having faith, and healing. So that is why the star energy comes out, because again, if this person is only worried about how people perceive you or them, and they have mixed feelings, indecisive, conflicting feelings, unsure of the relationship, then they will be all over the place. And then once you say no to them and you start setting your own boundaries, then it turns around and it bites them in their ass, and that's what activates the love. Now again, you got to understand, everybody treats healing and emotions differently, and so you can't expect anything from a person if they haven't healed. And so that's where they have to deal with those childhood issues when it comes to everything else. So let's go ahead and let this energy go. I feel like this was a good read, good enough to where you got something out of it. The card that flew over is the White Jade. This is my first time getting that one. The White Jade says decisiveness, yes, peace and focus. This deals with your heart chakra, your ability to love, to be harmonious, and to have forgiveness, right? And then dealing with your crown chakra, your belief system. That's why people have to go through a dark night of the soul, to change their belief system or to see things in a different light, right? Your selflessness, understanding that you've given all that you can to a person who is really putting themselves in harm's way by the way they do their retribution or their poetic justice. And they have to have an awakening, and you have to decide whether or not, if these triggers in the conflict and not being in harmony is so-called love, which is do you feel it's love or do you feel it's an addiction? And so that's where the crown chakra comes in, when you have to take your personal power back. And when these are blocked, your heart and your crown chakra, that's because you're not able to see or to be able to be forgiving or to love and be harmonious. And those two energies keep coming out in this same situation, and so that's why the triggers are there. That's why the conflict is here, and that's where you have to change your belief system in order for this person to feel anything different. And you have to understand if this is just love or if you feel it's an addiction, one of the two. And that's where the disharmony comes in at, when you're trying to figure out why your triggers are there, and why they're happening. So anyway, it says, I enjoy peace and harmony in all areas of my life. I enjoy peace and harmony in all areas of my life. And that is where you are. Okay, yeah. So I think that when it says, I enjoy peace and harmony in my life, and excuse me, I enjoy peace and harmony in all areas of my life. That's what you want. So I feel like now that we got to this point to where we are understanding what poetic justice is and why your person that you've been dealing with is triggering you and causing you disharmony and conflict, and you're trying to figure out if this is love or if it's some type of addiction or yeah, or if they're going to come back and apologize. You have to have faith in whatever the situation is. But again, I always tell you to send strength and healing, period, to this person, and send strength and healing, period, if even if you don't want this person back, just so that they can heal. And so the star energy says, no matter the situation, you find yourself in the star, the Three of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles, you juggling heartbreak, and then also with the Five of Wands energy, understanding where the conflict comes in at. Again, conflict is here. So the star energy says no matter the situation you find yourself in, heartbreak, juggling, and also having conflict and quarrels, there is always hope. Have faith, be optimistic, and focus on self-care. So let's go ahead and let this old energy go. The triggers, the conflict, trying to figure out if this is, worth your energy, but you know that this person needs to heal. So let's go ahead and say my affirmation. I now let go of worn out conditions of lack, doubt, hate, negativity, procrastination, stagnation, sadness, generational curses, debt, bad energies, heartbreak, bad health, and addictions. Remember, addictions can be to a person, place, thing, or situation. I love you guys.